Mr. President,
The Senator from South Carolina.
I ask unanimous consent to vitiate the quorum call.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. President. I ask unanimous consent to complete my remarks before the roll call vote.
Without objection.
Thank you, Mr. President. We come here today with an opportunity to say to America, specifically to communities of color, we see you. We hear you. I have experienced your pain. Stopped 18 times in the last 2 decades. In 1 year, 7 times as an elected official. In this body, trying to get into the chamber, into the office buildings on the congressional side, I understand some part of what too many have experienced. This police reform legislation, the Justice Act, provides clear opportunities for us to say, not only do we hear you, not only do we see you, we are responding to your pain. Because we in America believe that justice should be applied equally to all of our citizens, with no exceptions. And when we see exceptions, it is our responsibility to do something about those exceptions, and this legislation helps us get there. And I say to my colleagues on the other side, we received a letter from Senator Schumer saying that there were 5 things about the Justice Act that did not meet their principles. My response was a simple one. Let's have 5 amendments on those things. If we can get the votes on these 2 sides of the chamber, we should include that in the legislation. I met with other senators on the other side who said that there are more than 5 things that we need to have a conversation about. So I said, let's include an amendment for every single issue you have. They did not stick around for that meeting. So, Mr. President, my concern is that 80% just won't do. My concern is that our friends on the other side will not take advantage of this opportunity to say to the communities that are suffering, we see you, we hear you, we are willing to respond as one body. Mr. President, I implore all of us to vote for the motion to proceed so that if there are recommendations that come in the form of amendments, that we have a vote up or down on those amendments. I've offered as many amendments as necessary for this bill to be seen by the public in consultation with the other side. Let it be their bill, not Tim Scott's bill, not the Republican bill, not the Democrat bill, but a bill that starts to address the issues that have plagued this nation for decades. This is not my start. I started 5 years ago when I could not find voices that would push forward reforms brought to attention by the Walter Scott shooting in 2015. I'll close with this. I respect people that I disagree with. They have the right to disagree. My pastor tells me I have the right to be wrong, which means that I'm not right all the time. But on this one, if you don't think we're right, make it better. Don't walk away. Vote for the motion to proceed so that we have an opportunity to deal with this very real threat to the America that is civil, that is balanced. This is an opportunity to say yes, not to us, but those folks who are waiting for leadership to stand and be counted. Thank you, Mr. President.